Whether it's the forces pushing you into your seat, extremely fast pacing, or back-to-back inversions, intensity can dramatically increase the thrill of a roller coaster. So today, I'm going to rank Thorpe Park's coasters based on intensity. So as expected, the least intense ride is Flying Fish, a fun powered family coaster, but sadly it's not very forceful at all, with the most intense part being the bottom of that first helix, but it's hard to call that intense as there's really no force whatsoever. Sorry Flying Fish. Next we have Walking Dead the ride, which is a big step up from Flying Fish. This ride still is quite mild overall, but there is a decently fast and forceful drop after the first brake run, which is probably the most intense part of the ride. Okay, so now we have the Swarm, and as much as I like this ride, it's quite graceful, so I have to put it as the least intense major coaster on the list. However, that low turn into the corkscrew is very forceful as it pulls lots of G's over a decent amount of time. So if you sit in the back row, you might actually grey out. So the ride takes the next spot, and it has multiple intense moments, those being the bottom of the first drop, the turn into the mid-course brakes, and that final forceful dive loop. Now I wouldn't say enjoy the dive loop, as it's really uncomfortable due to the slightly weak mid-course brakes. If you've ridden this ride, you'll know, but the speed you go through it makes it a really forceful way to finish off the ride, whether I like it or not. And if you're enjoying this video, be sure to like and subscribe. But let's get straight into the third spot, which is Colossus. Now this ride has multiple intense moments, despite it being the slowest major coaster at the park. The first loop really pushes you into your seat, and the two corkscrews are very fast and whippy, making them the most intense part of the ride. The Heartline rolls are fun, but you go through them too slowly for it to be intense. It's more about the hang time. Speeding into second place we have Stealth. Now the launch alone easily puts us higher up on the list, being one of the most powerful launches in the world. You really get pushed into your seat and feel it in your stomach. Although this is the most intense part of the ride, there still are some other moments, such as that bank up into the top hat, which is a pretty forceful moment. In my opinion, the most intense coaster at Thorpe Park is Nemesis Inferno. Being an invert, this ride heavily focuses on forceful moments such as the vertical loop and that final helix, which is the most intense part of the ride. The pacing of this ride also accentuates the intensity, especially when speeding through that 0G roll or the interlocking corkscrews. This is the only coaster that I feel slightly dizzy from after getting straight off it. So that is my list. Be sure to comment yours, and thank you so much for watching.